Hi, sellers. It's Kathy, and I love to be selling. Come on in. I am super excited to share a great eBay search tip with you that I've discovered. It's super easy to use, and you can use this eBay search tip whether you have a store or you don't have a store. And the other thing about this eBay search tip is that you can use it for any category. It's super helpful. Also, hi Sharon, how are you? Once you get the hang of using it, it's super quick. It's a great research tool to help you with eBay search that doesn't take hours and hours and hours. Hi Ruth Ann, how are you? So come on in, everybody. Let me know that you can hear me. And what was I going to say? There's something else I wanted to. Isn't that funny? It's in case people don't know, today is July 6th. It's the day after holiday weekend, which means lots of shipping for eBay sellers. So yay. Oh, so this is what I wanted to bring to your attention because I think it's something we can all relate to no matter where we are. So let's say I'm planning to go somewhere. Like I live in New York City. So let's say I'm planning to, thank you, Sharon. I'm planning to go to upstate New York, or I'm planning to go out to Long Island. Okay. So, and I'm driving. I'm not using mass transit, and I'm driving. So typically what I do is, you hop in the car. I mean, I know where I'm going, but I'm going to pull out my phone is the way I do it. And with, the map app, I put in where I'm going. I do the street and the zip code, go. And then I follow the directions how to get there. Okay. And I think most of us do something like that. But before the apps, we were using paper maps, but I need to know where I'm going. And the other thing is about knowing where I'm going. I need to put in the correct address. Hi, Ladors, how are you? If you've ever done this, and I have, sometimes communication actually happened last summer. We rented a home, and we gave a friend was coming over to visit, and we gave them the wrong address. And they're putting the address in, into the map app, to get to us, and they're driving around. And finally called me and said, Kathy, we can't find your house. The number, it's not coming up. And it's because I had given them the wrong address. So when you give search the wrong information or incomplete information, I mean, sometimes, like for instance, like in New York City, sometimes if you just give a landmark like Empire State Building, everybody knows where that is. But if you give a neighborhood, for instance, Upper West Side, it's a very large geographic area in New York City. It's not a 1 or a 2 block area, or like the Empire State Building, where it's one building, 1 block that you're getting to. And you've got to think about that with eBay search when you're selling on eBay. If you've been selling on eBay for a while, like more than 5 or 6 years, things that worked for search years ago don't necessarily work anymore. And it's because eBay search has changed. It's gotten much more sophisticated. It uses what is called structured data. And Devin Winnick, past CEO, talked about that at eBay 20, which was eBay was going to start to use structured data. And that's when eBay started to introduce item specifics. And the reason for it is it helps eBay understand what your listing is. And you want eBay to understand what your listing is because then it puts it into the correct searches for buyers. So like if a buyer is searching for eBay gray shirt, it can find the eBay gray shirt that you've listed, or cup, or pen, whatever it is. And for some items, it's easier to do this than for other items. But typically, especially if you've had something up for a while that you really think should have sold, it's worth it to go back and to review the keywords. The keywords for your item, they're the food, they're like the breadcrumbs along the path that let eBay search and Google search, because eBay feeds your items to Google. And you want to rank well on Google. I'm sure you're well aware of this because so many buyers and shoppers start their search for their item, for their cup, for their shirt on Google. They'll be Googling eBay gray t-shirt or gray women's t-shirt, whatever it is. And you want that your listing that you're selling that item has enough of the keywords that it's going to get picked up by eBay search, and eBay's going to accurately know what your item is. And the same thing for Google. On the flip side of that, The reason you want the correct keywords for your item is that you're shown to the right shopper. If somebody is searching for a purple cell phone case, you don't want them to be seeing a gray t-shirt. That way your item is being shown to the wrong shopper. So that's why sometimes people can get confused and go, well, this item isn't getting that many views. Particularly for items that are highly collectible or more unusual, you may not get a ton of views because it's a very unique item and only certain people are looking for it. As opposed to an item like a purple cell phone case, it's going to get a lot more views because there's more shoppers on eBay, on Google, looking for cell phone cases. So always keep that in mind when you're looking at impressions and views, is how collectible, how unique is my item. But if it is sitting there forever and ever and ever, it is well worth taking a look at your keywords in your title, in your item specifics, and your description. But really take a look at your title, really take a look at your item specifics. And the reason I'm bringing this up, if you're not aware of it, is there is going to be another change. It's like, oh no, here we go again. In item specifics mid-July for some big categories. And when this happens, sometimes things can get a little wonky. So you want to keep an eye out for that. It should be in your seller hub. If you have a new required item specific, not recommended, required, anytime you see that, you want to pay attention to it right away. Because what eBay's telling you is that this is a very important item specific, that it's really crucial for search. Now, you may not think so. You may think like, eBay, I don't think so. It doesn't matter. They're telling you it is. You need to pay attention to that. For instance, I have some DVDs that don't have barcodes. They're more unusual DVDs, and they don't have barcodes. Now, typically a DVD or a CD has a barcode, and then it's very easy for eBay and Google to know what it is, right? It's Tony Bennett, it's Frank Sinatra. I'm trying to think of a Broadway musical. You know, it's the newest version of, it's the Book of Mormon, right? It's The Wiz. Is eBay will know what it is because of the barcode. But if it doesn't have a barcode, they don't necessarily know what it is. So then it's going to try and figure it out from the title and from the item specifics that you've chosen. Title is a required item specific coming up. In fact, I noticed it in my seller hub. What eBay was suggesting for the title on my DVDs, because they were unusual, they don't have barcodes, was not accurate. For instance, one of the DVDs had 3 parts. It was a beginning, intermediate, and advanced. I think it was a fitness workout DVD. And it had a beginning segment, an intermediate, and an advanced segment. And those 3 words, beginning, intermediate, and advanced, were in the title of the DVD. And this is very common. A lot of fitness DVDs do this. You know, it's beginning and intermediate, it's intermediate and advanced, it's toning and it's stretching. So eBay wanted to call the DVD beginner, but it's not. It's beginning, intermediate, and advanced. So be careful on that, because sometimes what they're suggesting isn't accurate. So I did a custom title. I put the correct title for the item in. Again, it is an unusual DVD. It's not something that sells like every day, but it has the correct title. So then when somebody is searching for that DVD, they will find it. So keep an eye out for that. Is it required? And then always look at what eBay's suggesting. And remember, it's computer driven or AI driven, or what's called bot driven. It's artificial intelligence is creating the suggestion. Take a look at it, make sure it's accurate. Okay. So keywords are important. Keywords help me. That's like the directional thing. They help me to get to the right location. They help my listing to get to the right location. They help my listing to get to the right buyer. Because remember, it's not about how many views, it's getting the right views. It's not getting shown to like everybody shopping on eBay. It's being shown to the people that would be interested in my item. Okay, I want to be shown to the right buyers. Keywords do that. That's why they're so important. But sometimes when you're looking at keywords or you're looking at an item, particularly if it's new, or perhaps it's something that you sold 6 months ago or a year ago, or it's something that's sitting there for a while and you're going, I need to like freshen this up. is take a look at, well, what are the keywords for this? Like I'm stuck. Like I've put in what I think is a good idea, but I can't think of anything else. This is what can really help. So let's say you're looking at rugs. I picked something sort of generic, but you can pick anything, okay? Again, shirts, hats, cups, pens, paper, home decor, sporting goods, whatever it is, there is a major website that sells it. And my encouragement, and they have huge teams. So these giant websites for giant companies, I mean, there's sporting good companies, and there's kids clothing companies and adult clothing companies, and there's brand clothing companies, and there's sneakers, and there's boots, and all kinds of things. Is whatever that category is, particularly if you're new to it, go to those sites, click on a couple of listings and take a look at it. And what you're looking at is, how do they describe it? And the reason you're interested in this is they have teams of people that they are paying a lot of money to, and they are doing research on Google and other places to find out what are the big search terms and what is the language that the buyers use. And that's what you're interested in. What language does my buyer use? That adage, that eBay adage, think like a buyer, put on my buyer hat. So this is one thing I did. So I looked at a rug, okay? And where I looked at was Camping World. I said, you know what? It's summertime. Let's take a look at Camping World, because I was thinking about camping goods because camping is really big. And I looked at this rug because this could be an indoor rug. You could do outdoor rugs, but you could also, I'm thinking towel, sheets, all this kind of thing. But I picked rugs because I want to pick something, pretty generic. So it's reversible. That could be true for clothing. Okay, that could be true for a lot of things. Is it reversible? They call out the design right away. So clearly for rugs, the design is important. True. If I was looking for a rug, is it floral? Is it solid? I would absolutely care about the design. So it's reversible. It has a design. It's for an RV. So this is a very specific kind of rug. And again, that might be true for your home decor. It might be true for your clothing, your toys, whatever. It might be specific, okay? And it's a patio mat. So again, how is it being used? I'm thinking like a buyer. Then this is the fun part. This is where we get busy with the keywords, okay? And it popped back up. So let's see if I can get it to go down. I want to look at the features, okay? So different sites are going to do, some are going to call it description. On Camping World, they're calling it features. Look at these keywords, okay? A little style to your RV without sacrificing comfort. Comfort, obviously, they care about, and also style. Constructed of 100% virgin I can't even pronounce this, polypropylene, I think, material, this durable mat. So they care what it's made of, and it's durable. Okay, so I care about style, I care about comfort. These are keywords. I care what it's made of, and it's durable. Plenty of use. They're really banging that home. So the fact that this is sturdy matters. It's breathable. It won't hurt the grass. So good. If I'm putting this out in a camping area, it's not going to hurt the grass underneath. Keeps your area looking new. UV protection. That's important. And think about if you're doing sunglasses, some clothing has UV protection. Resists sun exposure and maintains the mat's appearance. The reversible RV patio mat is easy to clean. Usage, care. Simply spray with water or sweep for restored appearance. It's loaded with keywords because people are going to search reversible mat. Okay? They might search easy to clean mat. So think about that when you're doing home decor, when you're doing clothing, when you're doing kids' puzzles, when you're doing plush, when you're doing toys, when you're doing vintage. Is there any indication of care? Look at the design. Look at the brand. Look at what it's made of. Take a look at it. Is it stylish? Okay. But think about if somebody's searching for this, because that's what the keywords are about. Remember, it's the destination. You want eBay search to know what it is, so it properly indexes it. So then your right shoppers can find it. And also Google will know what it is. This is a RV mat. It's reversible, what it's made of, okay? Easy to clean. Some things aren't. Some things are dry clean. Some things are very fragile, and you want to call that out. But it is the keywords. This listing in Camping World has so many great keywords that there's a bunch of different searches that it is going to surface that rug. And again, the design, the pattern. Pattern is so important, whether it's solid, whether it has a pattern. These are all really juicy keywords that help your item to be found by eBay search and found by Google search. Okay? And use the websites. There's tons of them. You can just go take a look. You can screenshot it with your phone. My favorite way to do research. You'll start to get a list of keywords for the different categories that you sell in. But particularly if something's been sitting for a while, go and look, right? So for something like that, I go, pattern. Did I really call out the pattern? Did I call out the pattern in the title? Is the pattern in the item specifics? Is the color what it's made of? And again, if it doesn't have fabric tag, don't guess, okay? But take a look at it and see if there's things that you can add that will help it to be found by your right shopper, okay? Now, I've done a really special guide for you. It is Keyword Domination to Explode Your eBay Sales. And people absolutely adore this guide. It has helped so many of my eBay seller friends. And I've got it on a flash sale right now for a few days. It is half off. I explain what structured data is, what keywords are. I give you keyword lists for different categories. Again, I go much more in depth about all about keywords, how they help your listings. I walk you through the process, and people that have bought this guide, like Dale got it, and she said literally when she started using the details that are in Keyword Domination, she saw a bump up in her sales almost immediately. They are absolutely crucial for search results for eBay and Google. This is how your shoppers find you. They find you from your keywords. Your keywords help eBay and Google, yay Google, to know exactly what your item is. So again, it's not that you get any impression or view, you get the right view. You want that shopper that wants that reversible mat. So hop on over to my website, ilovetobeselling.com, and grab Keyword Domination to Explode eBay Sales while it's half off. I just updated it. You will love, love, love it. It's easy to understand, easy to use, saves you tons of time, and kicks up your eBay sales. So enjoy that. Bye-bye, everybody.